House Republicans today, the leadership announcing plans to tie government funding to funding Obamacare, a victory for the Heritage Foundation and its president, Jim DeMint. As we discuss the political risk involved, well, Mr. DeMint said he wanted to go in exactly that direction.
The Republicans have every reason to say we're funding the government, but we should not fund this law that the president is not implementing in a fair way. If the Republicans do that quickly and they take the message to the American people, then I think they've got a better than even shot of convincing Americans that if Obama shuts the government down, it's because the president shut it down.
And in Republicans, right now, looking ahead to 2014, conservatives and Republicans go together quite often.
Yes.
They want to preserve their majority in the House. They want to take back the Senate. For them, this is a huge risk.
Yeah.
A huge political risk. What will be persuasive, do you believe, to particularly Speaker Boehner and the leadership?
It's only when they see the polls that the American people are less and less persuaded that this bill should go into law and that they want someone in Congress to stand up against it. That's what we've been trying to do the last month, is just travel the country. We've had dozens of rallies. Thousands of people have come out, and just to get them informed about what's in the bill, how it's going to affect them. We've been doing that on the foundation side. Heritage Action, which is our sister organization, has actually been organizing grassroots to call and email their congressmen and senators.
Did I just hear you say grassroots?
Grassroots.
You sound like an Obama Democrat talking about actually turning out the vote, a grassroots campaign. I thought conservatives and Republicans just threw a few dollars in a pack and said, advertise away.
But Heritage Action was started to build just a community of conservatives all over the country to keep Congress more accountable, to support them when they do the right thing, and to let them know when they don't. The only way, I think, to give the members of Congress courage to do the right thing is when they hear from voters.
One of the issues, you alluded to it in talking about the double fencing,
right,
and that is where we go here with immigration. I personally believe that the House of Representatives, under the leadership of House Judiciary Committee Chairman Bob Goodlatte, have come up with an extraordinarily intelligent, rational, humane, in the national interest approach. What's your view?
Well, they're following what we've talked about at Heritage, is let's don't do this big comprehensive bill that no one knows what's in it, but a step-by-step approach to prove Americans that we can control our borders, and we can get a workable ID system, and we can get a guest worker program that works for farmers, and a high-tech visa for the industries that need those. But our immigration system needs to help Americans, needs to increase their pay, not reduce their pay and replace them.
And how do we do that?
Well, we do it with just a step-by-step reform process, but not one that's this comprehensive, politically driven amnesty bill. I mean, you don't start immigration reform by rewarding 11 million people who came here illegally.
It appears to me that Goodlatte and the Republican leadership in the House have actually taken the leadership point on immigration reform in the country. Do you think they have the will, the energy, and the principle and the staying power to sustain the leadership position that is, for right now at least, theirs?
Well, what we need to do is for the House to continue to lead on what is the right program, and then let Republicans run on that in 2014. But unless we get a new Senate and a different bill out of the Senate, it would not make sense for the House to pass anything, even if it was the right thing.
You're one of the few folks talking about actually energizing the electorate around conservative ideas and building an army of voters who can actually get something done in 2014. The Tea Party did that. The energy was palpable in 2010, as you recall. You were very much a leader of that movement and very much a beneficiary of that movement. But we certainly didn't sense that energy in 2012. No. Not in the presidential election, not in most Senate races, not in most House races.
No, 2010 was a ground-up effort. It's the way politics should happen. Grassroots, pushing good candidates to the forefront. 2012, the Republican Party took it back over and did what they always done, kind of a top-down approach, centralized. It didn't work and it didn't inspire. What we have to do outside of the political framework, and is what we're intent to do at Heritage, is to cultivate the environment so that the right candidates can win elections and will do the right thing once they're elected. And as Milton Friedman said, we have to create an environment where even the wrong people will do the right thing.
And as we wrap up here, your views on this economy. We've got just about $3 trillion parked in overseas bank accounts by corporate America.
Yeah.
We've got an immigration plan that is suited and geared to accommodate growers, businesses, but not the country.
Right.
We're following business practices like offshoring of production, outsourcing of jobs to cheap labor markets. We may soon become one ourselves, and then all will be righted. Yeah. But I don't think that's the way we want to resolve the matter. We got 20 million folks out of work. Mm-hmm. And you talked about grassroots and bottom up.
One of my priorities at Heritage is to learn how to communicate and connect with the American people, help them see how the ideas that we talk about will make their life better. And not just talk about policies, but talk about things people care about, what they hope and what they dream for, and make sure that they understand that when we talk about cutting taxes, it's not for any reason except we want their life to be better and them to be more prosperous. We have not done a good job of connecting conservative policies with what people really want. That's my challenge.
Well, Jim DeMint, I know that you were on a journey and a campaign to write that.
That's right.
We appreciate the opportunity to sit down and talk with you. Come back soon.
Will do. Thanks, Lou.
Appreciate it. Jim DeMint, President